Welcome back to the deep dive. We're going to walk through a single specific presentation, slide by slide, that lays out the future of how we all buy things.
It's a really fascinating document. It almost reads like a roadmap for a complete overhaul of,
Oh.
well, of commerce.
It's called Retail's AI Revolution, the Era of Autonomous Shopping. And I have to warn you, by the end of this, you might start looking at your shopping cart with a healthy dose of suspicion.
Or respect. It's a very fine line these days.
Exactly. And the reason we're going through this deck slide by slide is because it's just so comprehensive. It's packed with these wait what moments that we just didn't want to skip.
Yeah, every slide adds another piece to this massive puzzle.
We promised ourselves we wouldn't skip a single beat.
And we have to be clear right off the bat. This isn't science fiction. We aren't talking about things that might happen in 50 years.
No.
As we go through this, you'll realize a lot of this architecture is already running in the background of your life right now.
Okay, so before we jump into slide one, just a quick heads up to you listening. If you enjoy this kind of detailed breakdown where we take the complex stuff and, try to make it understandable,
Make sure to subscribe.
yeah, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep the lights on and these deep dives coming. Okay, let's get into it. The mission today is exploring the era of autonomous shopping.
Let's do it.
So let's pull up slide one, the title slide. It sets the tone right away. It says Retail's AI Revolution. But then there's this tagline that actually made me laugh.
I know the one you mean.
It reads, "Welcome to the future where your shopping cart might be smarter than you." No offense.
It's funny, but it's also a bit of a power move, isn't it?
How so?
It just sets this tone of inevitable technological superiority. But the argument isn't that the cart is smarter than you in like an IQ sense. It's that it's smarter at shopping than you are.
Which, to be fair, isn't a high bar for me when I'm hungry in a grocery store. But what does smarter actually mean here?
It means data. I mean, think about it. You've got your memory, maybe a list, a vague idea of your budget. The smart cart system has your purchase history for the last 10 years. Current market pricing, nutritional data.
All accessible in a millisecond.
Exactly. We're moving from using tools to buy things to interacting with systems that think for us.
That's a huge shift. Okay, let's move to slide two, titled The AI Era. And right at the top, there's a quote from John Furner, the incoming Walmart CEO. He just puts it bluntly. "This is the era of AI."
That's a huge stake in the ground. I mean, the head of the world's largest retailer saying, this is it. This is the new reality.
It's not an experiment anymore.
No, it's the core strategy.
And the slide highlights a specific power partnership to back that up. It talks about Walmart joining forces with Google. The text says they are rewriting retail's playbook.
That partnership is crucial. Just think about the assets involved. You have Walmart's massive physical footprint and product data.
And then you have Google's search algorithms and analytics.
Yeah, and that's what the slide calls end-to-end intelligence.
So what does that actually mean? End-to-end is one of those buzzwords that gets thrown around a lot.
Well, traditionally, retail data is siloed, right?
Yeah.
Google knows what you searched for. Walmart knows what you bought in the store. They didn't always talk to each other.
Okay.
End-to-end means the AI isn't just a checkout scanner. The intelligence spans that entire journey. From the very first random Google search you do at 2 a.m. for, like, best stain remover,
Right.
all the way to the final purchase and delivery. The system connects all those dots.
The slide actually has a great analogy for this. It describes this AI as a personal shopper who never sleeps, never eats, and definitely doesn't judge your midnight snack choices.
Which sounds amazing, right? But I want to throw a question out to you, the listener, right here at the start.
Go for it.
Do you actually want an assistant that knows you that well? Does a system that knows your midnight cravings feel helpful, or does it start to feel invasive?
That is the question.
Yeah.
Because there's a fine line between helpful and creepy. And as we move to slide three, we see exactly how that helpfulness plays out. This slide maps the AI shopping journey.
It's broken down into 3 stages: discovery, selection, and checkout.
And look at how they define discovery. The slide says AI helps you find products you didn't know you needed, but apparently do.
That phrasing, but apparently do.
It's doing a lot of heavy lifting.
It's like the algorithm knows my needs better than I do. It's almost creating the need, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's predictive. It's not waiting for you to realize you're out of coffee. It knows your consumption rate. Then you get to selection. It says these are recommendations based on browsing history and your deepest desires.
Deepest desires. That sounds a little dramatic. It is, but think about the data. They know what you look at but don't buy, which says a lot about what you want. And then finally, Checkout. This part is key. It's described as autonomous transactions that happen.
And I'm quoting this. Faster than buyer's remorse can kick in.
That is just terrifyingly brilliant.
It really is. I mean, we've all been there. You put something in the cart, you walk around, you think about it, and 5 minutes later you put it back.
Exactly. That's called friction. And in retail, friction is the enemy. It's that moment of hesitation. By making checkout invisible and instant, they're not just making it faster.
They're changing the decision-making process itself.
They're removing the cooling off period from your brain.
So we've got the journey mapped out. Now let's look at the engine. Slide 4 introduces a term I'm seeing everywhere lately. Agentic AI. Now, I've heard of generative AI, like ChatGPT, but agentic sounds different.
It's a major leap forward. Think of generative AI as a creator. It can write a poem. Agentic AI is a doer. The slide says they don't just answer questions. They think, plan, and act independently.
It compares it to giving your shopping list a PhD.
Right. So instead of you asking, what are some good blenders, and getting a list,
What does it do?
an agentic AI would look at your request, see you also bought kale and protein powder, figure out you want to make smoothies, find a blender that handles fibrous veggies well, compare prices, check delivery times, and then just ask for your final approval to buy it.
It has agency. It acts on your behalf.
Exactly.
The slide gives 2 examples that are already out there. First, Walmart's Sparky. It describes Sparky as your autonomous shopping buddy who remembers you hate cilantro and love deals.
A very practical use. It just filters the world through your preferences.
And then there's Amazon's Rufus. The slide says Rufus can debate product features better than most salespeople.
And that's the agentic part again. It's not just retrieving a list. It's understanding why you want the item and arguing for the best option.
And businesses love this. The slide lists McKinsey's magic numbers. Let's look at these. Agentic AI reduces errors by 60%.
60%.
Speeds execution by 40% and cuts operating costs by 25%.
Those are just massive numbers in retail. Retail runs on razor-thin margins. Cutting costs by 25%, that's revolution territory.
The slide jokes. That's efficiency so good it almost seems artificial.
Well, it is artificial, but the results are very real. When you cut that many errors, shipping the wrong thing, stocking the wrong size, you fundamentally change the game.
Which brings us to slide 5, the new shopping experience. This slide is called Personal Retail Copilot, and it starts with a stat from IBM and the NRF. It claims nearly half of consumers are now using AI during their buying journey.
That's a tipping point. We're past the early adopters now. It's becoming standard.
Although the slide throws in a little jab here. It says, the other 55% still asking strangers in the aisle for advice.
Hey, I've been that stranger. And sometimes that stranger gives pretty good advice.
We all have. But here's where it gets philosophically interesting. The slide brings up something called the trusted advisor paradox.
Oh, this is fascinating. The slide notes that retailers like LDO and Louis Vuitton want their AI to be a trusted, human-like conversation partner.
They want that boutique experience, but at internet scale.
But the slide points out the huge contradiction.
Right. It says, nothing says human-like, quite like an algorithm that processes 10,000 customer interactions per second.
While simultaneously optimizing inventory across 47 distribution centers. The irony is, as the slide says, as thick as a luxury handbag's price tag.
We're using the most inhuman processing power imaginable to simulate a human connection.
We want the efficiency of a machine, but the feeling of a friend.
It makes you wonder if we'll eventually prefer the fake friend because they're just better at it. They remember your birthday, your size, your budget, every single time.
That's a very real possibility. We might start finding actual human customer service clumsy by comparison. You forgot I ordered this last month. The AI wouldn't forget.
Let's move to slide 6. Strategic partnerships. We mentioned Walmart and Google, but this slide calls their collaboration peanut butter and jelly.
With a little twist.
Right, it says, if peanut butter had access to your purchase history and jelly could predict your future needs.
I might never eat a sandwich the same way again. But the point is about synergy.
It also mentions Lenovo's retail AI. This is about physical stores. Smart shelving that knows when you're eyeing that product.
But look at the bottom of the slide. There's a section on the labor market.
Ah, I see the translation here. It says, robots are cheaper than raising wages, and they don't call in sick on Black Friday.
And that's the unspoken reality of this revolution. It's not just about customer experience. It's about operational resilience. And AI doesn't get the flu. It doesn't need overtime.
When they talk about efficiency and labor market solutions, it's often a euphemism.
A euphemism for reducing reliance on human labor.
So if the robots are doing the work, what are the humans doing? Slide 7 is titled Real World Impact Merchants Unleashed.
Unleashed is a strong word.
Well, according to McKinsey, they kind of were chained to a desk. It says merchants get back 40% of their time by offloading tasks to AI. The slide quips. Finally, time to ponder life's big questions like, why do we even have stores anymore?
A valid question, but what are they actually doing with this AI? The slide lists 3 mechanics: dynamic pricing, smart assortments, and automated promotions.
Let's talk about dynamic pricing. We see this with airlines, with Uber. This is coming to everything.
And this is where we really need to pause. Dynamic pricing means the price of a gallon of milk could change minute by minute based on demand, or even based on who you are.
The slide calls it prices that change faster than your mind when you see the total.
And automated promotions are described as discounts deployed with surgical precision to maximize profit, not generosity.
Exactly. The AI isn't giving you a coupon to be nice. It's calculated that 15% off is the exact tipping point to get you to buy.
And that 20% will be wasted margin. It's optimizing your behavior.
So here's another question for you listening. How do you feel about prices changing in real time based on an algorithm? Is that just smart efficiency, or does it feel like manipulation?
It's efficient for the retailer, for sure. But for the consumer, it turns grocery shopping into day trading. You're trying to time the market for eggs.
Okay, we're cruising along, but slide 8 puts up a big stop sign. It's titled Proceed with Caution.
The necessary buzzkill slide.
It lists the downsides. First up, data quality. Garbage in, artificially intelligent, garbage out.
This is the hallucination problem. If the data is wrong, the predictions will be spectacularly wrong.
Then there's safety skepticism, the fear of autonomous decisions backfiring. The slide compares it to that time autocorrect ruined your professional email, but with money.
Imagine an AI ordering 5,000 units of a perishable item because of a glitch. That's a career-ending mistake.
And then accuracy anxieties. It points out that when AI gets it wrong, it makes that mistake at scale.
Right. A human makes a mistake with one customer. An AI makes a mistake with 1,000,000 customers simultaneously. The blast radius is huge.
There's a quote here from Stanislas Vignon from Louis Vuitton. He says, AI isn't magic. It requires the right data and rigorous testing.
The slide calls that a reality check. It's important to remember these systems are fragile.
And clearly, shoppers agree. The slide says roughly 50% of consumers are still hesitant about letting AI complete purchases for them.
Apparently, some people still enjoy the thrill of clicking buy now themselves.
It is a thrill. It's that little hit of dopamine. Handing that over to a bot feels empty.
It turns a hunt into a chore that you've outsourced.
Moving on to slide 9, the competitive imperative. This slide is about the gap between the haves and the have-nots.
The great AI paradox, as Bain & Company calls it.
The stat is wild. AI accounts for up to 25% of referral traffic for some retailers, yet under 1% of total traffic overall. The analogy is, that's like having a Ferrari in your garage but still taking the bus to work.
It means the tech is there, but most retailers haven't figured out how to drive it yet.
The slide outlines strategies to fix this. Build on-site agents, partner with third-party assistants,
And master the AI trifecta: discovery, fulfillment, and data control.
The bottom line of this slide is pretty stark. It says retailers who don't adapt will be left wandering the aisles of irrelevance.
Brutal.
Brutal. But let's see what success looks like. Slide 10, future vision. This is where we get the visual of what shopping will feel like.
What stands out to you here?
Smart shelves, inventory that tracks itself, restocks itself, and probably judges your product selection choices.
Again with the judgment.
Then there's autonomous checkout. Walk in, grab, walk out. The slide calls this an introvert's paradise. No lines, no small talk.
And real-time insights. Knowing someone is thinking about buying something before they do, that's the holy grail.
But slide 11 hits us with the reality check again. Title, The Future is Now. It says this isn't just a vision board. Autonomous stores are already running in Europe and the US.
It's true. Amazon Go, autonomous bodegas, they exist.
Yeah.
You scan a QR code, cameras track you, you leave, and you get a receipt.
The slide makes it sound intense, though. Scanning your retinas and charging your credit card.
Convenience at the cost of biometric data, you're trading privacy for speed.
There's also a note here about brand neutrality. It says AI agents are evolving into brand neutral advisors.
But the slide warns, neutral meaning they'll recommend whatever maximizes their algorithm's objectives, which may or may not align with your actual needs.
That is such a critical point. If I ask an Amazon AI for the best batteries, is it giving me the best batteries or the Amazon Basics batteries because they have the highest margin?
Exactly. Neutral is a very relative term when algorithms are programmed for profit.
We've made it to the final slide, slide 12, call to action and conclusion. It lists 4 pillars: invest in data readiness, establish AI governance, build customer trust, and innovate boldly.
Build customer trust is the hardest one. The slide says, convince people AI knows best. That sounds like a tough sell.
And then there is the philosophical twist. The slide reads, "The future belongs to those who rewrite the retail playbook." But then there's this reflection text at the bottom. I want to read this verbatim.
Go for it.
It says, "We're building incredibly sophisticated artificial intelligence to help humans make decisions about which brand of cereal to buy. We've created technology that can process billions of data points, all so you can get your paper towels 15% cheaper on a Tuesday."
It really puts it in perspective, doesn't it? We are channeling the sheer scale of human intellect and computing power at paper towels.
It's a testament to our ingenuity, but also to our consumerism. The final quote on the slide is, "The shopping carts of tomorrow will definitely be smarter than the shopping carts of today, and possibly smarter than us."
It's a humble brag and a warning all in one.
So we've walked through the whole deck,
Mhm.
from the power partnership of Walmart and Google to the introvert's paradise of autonomous checkout.
It's a mix of incredible efficiency, that 40% time savings, the 60% error reduction, and this slight absurdity that we are automating the most basic human tasks.
We promised you a deep dive, slide by slide, and there it is, the era of autonomous shopping. If you liked this breakdown and you want to get smarter about the world around you,
Maybe even smarter than your shopping cart.
and maybe even smarter than your shopping cart, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We've got more deep dives coming up on everything from finance to biotech.
Absolutely.
I want to leave you with one last provocative thought, something to mull over.
What's on your mind?
We talked about agentic AI. AI that knows what you want, predicts your needs, and buys it for you. My question is this. If the AI knows what you want before you do and buys it for you automatically, whose life are you actually living? Yours or the algorithms?
That is going to keep me up at night.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll catch you in the next deep dive.